Get this, a company in California is loading 45 million pounds of sand, bag by giant bag, onto a ship. Where is it going? All the way to the Australian outback. That's a 10,000-mile trip across the Pacific. It sounds absolutely wild, right? Well, today we're going to unpack the global energy puzzle, where this sand is, believe it or not, a key piece. All right, so the CEO of the company shipping the sand, Liberty Energy, he actually comes right out and says it. He admits this whole thing, it's not exactly a long-term solution. You know, when the guy in charge says the logistics are extreme, that tells you just how badly they want to get these new projects off the ground. So that really begs the question, doesn't it? Why would anyone do this? What could possibly be worth an operation this huge and, let's be honest, this inefficient? I mean, why go through all that trouble for what is at the end of the day just sand? Well, here's the answer. This isn't just any old sand. It's the essential ingredient for fracking, and it's being shipped all that way to unlock a colossal reservoir of natural gas. And the tech to do it, it was basically perfected right here in the United States. So this isn't just about moving sand, it's about exporting an entire American-made industrial revolution. And that's how we get here. You see, for a long, long time, fracking was pretty much just an American thing. But the incredible success of the U.S. shale boom created a level of know-how that is now in super high demand all across the globe. So what is fracking exactly? Well, think of it like this. It's high-tech underground demolition. You're blasting a mix of water, chemicals, and yep, sand, deep into the earth at insane pressures. This shatters dense rock, creating these tiny cracks that let trapped oil and gas finally escape. It's the technique that turned rock that was once considered worthless into an energy gold mine. And I mean a literal gold mine. The U.S. shale industry, which was built entirely on this technology, is now worth a staggering $1.4 trillion. That number represents an energy revolution that completely reshaped not just the American economy, but global energy markets too. And this quote right here, it gets to the very heart of why American expertise is so valuable. The sheer scale of fracking in the U.S. is just on another planet. As Liberty's CEO puts it, American companies have done more fracking in a week than the rest of the world does in a year. They've basically crammed decades of learning into a very short time, making them the undisputed world champs in this stuff. Okay, so we've established that the US has the playbook, but why is the rest of the world so desperate to borrow it right now? Well, it all comes down to a massive energy challenge that pretty much every country is facing. You see, for about a century, the world ran on what we call conventional oil and gas. That's the easy stuff, the kind you could just pump out of the ground relatively simply. But the problem is, a lot of those easy-to-reach wells are starting to run dry. The new frontier is unconventional shale rock, and the only key that can unlock it is fracking. And get this, at the exact same time that the easy energy is disappearing, our appetite for it is just exploding. Countries are trying to power their growing cities, they're expanding their industries, and they're building these huge chemical plants. All of that takes a tremendous amount of energy, especially natural gas. So you've got this collision, right? Shrinking supply and soaring demand. And that has kicked open the door for new fracking frontiers all over the world. So let's take a look at where exactly this American playbook is being rolled out. And man, this list of new fracking hotspots is growing fast. It's like a global gold rush. We're talking everywhere from the deserts of Saudi Arabia to the plains of Argentina. And what's the common thread? They're all calling on American companies like Halliburton, SLB, and EOG for their technology and their expertise. The amount of money being thrown at these projects is just mind-blowing. To get its Jafurah gas field up and running, Saudi Arabia is investing over $100 billion. Just let that sink in. This isn't some small experiment. It's a full-throttle commitment to building a brand new shale industry, and they're using the American blueprint to do it. So naturally, a boom this big means someone is cashing in. Let's take a look at the American companies that are right at the center of this global expansion and what it means for their bottom line. Check out these projected revenues for 2025. For the big players, companies like SLB, Halliburton, and Baker Hughes, their international business is becoming a massive deal. I mean, for some of them, it's already bigger than what they're doing back home in North America. And if you just look at a company like SLB, Wow, the picture is crystal clear. Their international revenue is on track to be more than 3 times their North American revenue. It's obvious, as the U.S. shale boom starts to level off, the rest of the world is becoming the new engine of growth.
We added to SLB. SLB, got to zoom out here. I mean, this has been very depressed since 2023, but I think it could be one of the main key beneficiaries of what's going on in Venezuela. So about 1% in T-Mobile, we sold that, and we're spreading it across these 3 names, and I want to get a little more energy exposure. I like what we're seeing in the energy space. I think that can continue here in the first half of the year.
SLB saw its price target raised by Ray J from 43 up to 52, maintaining the outperform.
From a pure market standpoint, the path forward seems pretty clear. Investors at places like Goldman Sachs are looking at this global expansion and seeing an incredible financial opportunity. They believe that what we're seeing today, it's not the end of the story. It's just the beginning.